Hey there, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. I'm in Teton National Forest. You see that? Oh, we're so lucky. You walk out our back door, you hoof it about a mile, and you're in Teton National Park. And the weather has been so glorious this week. So much snow, but so much beautiful skies that I've been able to come out here every day to go for a snow hike, trying to extend it every day, a little bit more. Because this week is my 4-year cancer anniversary. Can you believe it? 4 years ago, March of 2019, I was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer at the age of 46. Whew. They told me it was inoperable and that I should get my affairs in order. That was until I met my team at Rush University, who said, no, it's just complicated. Thank goodness, because at that time, I couldn't walk, I couldn't sit up. And here we are, 4 years later, and I'm going for snow hikes every day. Oh, there's a trail behind me. I want to tell you the story behind it. Last time I was out here was December of 2018. That trail is very special to me. And yeah, I think it's a beautiful story. But I'm going to share it with you when I get back to my place, because there are moose everywhere out here, and I need to pay attention so I don't get my ass kicked. All right, we'll see you back by the fire. You see that hole right there? Those are moose tracks. You see them a little bit here? But moose are like 8 feet tall, so sometimes their tracks go into the snow about 2 feet. And then my dog sticks her head in there and I find her with just her tail sticking out. It's hilarious. All right, I'm back. I've got a roaring fire and a nice cup of tea. Are you ready? All right, I'm going to take you back to the before times. Before I was diagnosed with stage 4 terminal cancer. So the last winter that my wife and I were in our happy place in Jackson Hole was December of 2018. I had just retired. My wife had just gotten this huge promotion, and I had decided, I'm good. I'm going to retire, and I'm going to live my best life. I'm going to support you. I'm going to travel around the world, whatever you need, because I'd had my time. Now it was her time, right? And it was our first winter in Jackson Hole, and we had decided that moving forward, we were going to spend winters and summers in Jackson Hole, spring and fall in Chicago, and then travel around the world together. It was a very exciting time. And both of us, of course, we love the outdoors. We had decided a decade earlier that we were going to enter into our 50s strong and awesome and feeling good. And we were there. We were eating a plant-based diet. We just were very active in the outdoors. And during the winter, we would ski and we would snowshoe and we would cross country and we'd go for snow hikes and just, play in the snow. It was just a grand old time. Well, while we were out here, we went for a walk to that trail that I was mentioning. It's a beautiful trail. It's a nice little 3.5 mile walk, and not far from our house, super easy. And it's something that we would do like before breakfast or before lunch, right? One day we go out there and we start doing this trail, and I just felt so heavy laden, so like tired, like I was walking through sludge, mud, quicksand. It was really strange and scary for me. I thought, gosh, I couldn't keep up with my wife. She was far ahead of me, which was crushing my ego, because my wife always, when it comes to swimming, biking, she crushes me. But hiking, that's always my thing. And I just remember thinking, okay, it must be the altitude, right? It just must be the altitude. Maybe this is I've never had a problem with it before, but, bodies change. That could be. And I also, I thought, okay, this is the best time of our life right now, but we're coming off of a really intense year. I had said goodbye to my friend Kevin, who had, he died of esophageal cancer, and I was his power of medical, so I was locked up with him during the 3 years that he was fighting cancer. After that, my dachshund, my dog, died, and then my father-in-law was dying of cancer, and we knew it was going to be very soon. So again, I thought it must just be emotions. It must be the altitude. It must, I don't know, it must be something, right? No big deal. Well, we fast forward a few months into March of 2019. And that's when, at the age of 46, I was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, told the tumor was inoperable, and that I should get my affairs in order. Well, mind you, by the time I was diagnosed, I could no longer sit up, stand, or walk. It was really scary. And that first year, I didn't have any, they didn't even think I was going to make it through the year. And frankly, the way that my body was reacting at that time, I didn't either. But I do remember that year dreaming about being able to come back out here and walk that hike. Because I thought, like, bare minimum, right? I'm just gonna come out here and be able to walk that. God, that would be glorious. And I used to dream about it all the time. And the big dream, the like, man, if I get back on my feet and I can, you know, I'm gonna go back to that trail in the snow and I'm gonna snowshoe it. Well, as you know, I have come back here in the summer for the last 2 years, walking these trails, getting stronger. I went to that trail and I did walk it, and it was beautiful and it was amazing. But this week, in celebration of my 4-year cancer anniversary 4 years ago, I was diagnosed with this disease. I went back to that trail, and I crushed it, but like, it was so hard. It was so scary. You know, my wife and I are full of anxiety. Like, oh my God, are we making the right decision? Is this just my ego making me like go out there to do this, to prove a point or something? You know, am I really strong enough? You got all that in your head, and it was really hard. There's a lot of snow out here. It's, even with snowshoes, you're going down to your knees. It's pretty intense. But every step I took, I just remember day after day just thinking, when I get strong, I'm going back to that trail. And to do it this week, you always ask, like, Nicole, why are you always pushing yourself? Why don't you just chill? Why don't you relax? It's not me. I like to do these types of things, and to be able to do them again, it's just beautiful. It's fucking amazing. See, I told you that was going to be a beautiful story. I did it. I did. Fuck you, cancer! Fuck you! Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you and yours to me.